Success rarely announces itself in comfort. It doesn't knock politely. It doesn't wait for the perfect time. It usually shows up masked in uncertainty, wrapped in discomfort, and echoing with a whisper that says, "Are you ready to meet who you really are?" We talk about comfort zones like they're neutral spaces. Like they're safe havens. But comfort zones are rarely about comfort. They are about familiarity, predictability, control. They are about repeating the same day over and over again while secretly craving something more. Something deeper. Something real. But success. True success, the kind that rewrites your story and elevates your soul, requires you to leave the familiar. It requires you to get uncomfortable. There is no growth without discomfort. And there is no greatness without risk. Comfort zones aren't just geographical. They are mental, emotional, spiritual. And every time you choose comfort over challenge, you silently agree to stay small. You agree to stay unseen. You agree to stay unfulfilled. The truth is, we don't fear change, we fear the death of who we've been. We fear the confrontation with our own potential because stepping into that version of ourselves demands accountability. It demands belief. It demands a version of us we've never been asked to fully embody. But when you chase dreams within your comfort zone, you shrink your goals to fit a smaller version of you. And I'm here to tell you, you were never made to shrink. You were made to rise. But rising doesn't feel warm and fuzzy. It feels like waking up at 4 a.m. when nobody's watching. It feels like making decisions that scare you. It feels like risking judgment, rejection, and even failure. It feels like heartbreak, uncertainty, and starting over. But it also feels like freedom. Like alignment. Like becoming who you were always meant to be. We all say we want success, but do we want it enough to sit in the fire of transformation? Because success isn't built in motivation. It's built in the mundane. It's built in the moments no one claps for. It's built in silence. In sacrifice. In discipline. In choosing long-term fulfillment over short-term validation. And here's the part nobody talks about: when you leave your comfort zone, you leave a part of you behind. The version of you who needed certainty. The version of you who played it safe. You will grieve her. You will doubt yourself. You will feel alone. But you will also become someone who is unshakable. You will discover resilience. You will walk with a deeper confidence, not because the path got easier, but because you got stronger. You will stop needing permission. You will stop waiting for the perfect timing. You will look in the mirror one day and finally recognize the power in your own eyes. People will ask how you did it. How you changed. How you built this version of your life. And the answer will be quiet. It won't be glamorous. It will be, I decided to stop settling. I stopped letting fear run the show. I stopped making excuses that were rooted in my past and started choosing actions that aligned with my future. Every great leap starts with a terrifying choice. The choice to believe in something you haven't seen yet. And that's what makes the journey sacred. Because the moment you choose growth over comfort, your entire life starts to shift. But make no mistake, success doesn't come to the most talented. It comes to the most courageous. To the ones willing to be uncomfortable long enough to become extraordinary. There will be nights when you doubt the entire journey. When nothing makes sense. When everything feels like it's falling apart. But those are the nights that shape your character. Those are the chapters no one sees, but everyone feels in your presence. You'll carry those lessons in your posture, in your energy, in your voice. And people will notice. Because the version of you that exists beyond the comfort zone glows differently. You don't beg for seats at tables anymore, you build your own. You don't chase validation anymore, you validate yourself. You don't water yourself down to be digestible, you become bold, vibrant, undeniable. But don't expect everyone to clap for your growth. Not everyone will understand the version of you who chooses risk over routine. Who chooses purpose over popularity. Who chooses discipline over distraction. And that's okay. Not everyone is meant to walk with you past the edge of comfort. You're not here to be understood by everyone. You're here to become the version of you that finally makes sense to yourself. That means letting go of environments that feed your fears. It means outgrowing relationships that only loved you in your lowest state. It means saying no to things that once defined you so you can say yes to what sets you free. And I get it, leaving the comfort zone is terrifying because it comes with no guarantees. But you know what else comes with no guarantees? Staying stagnant. Regret. Living a life that's comfortable but never truly fulfilling. You weren't made to survive your life. You were made to live it. The most powerful people in the world aren't fearless, they're brave. They move with the fear. They use it as a compass. Fear is not a stop sign. It's a signal. It tells you where the next level lives. And every time you follow it with courage, you evolve. Let me tell you something that might sting a little: if you are still living in your comfort zone, you are living below your potential. And deep down, you know it. That's why there's restlessness. That's why you keep fantasizing about a different life. That's why even when everything seems fine, it still feels off. That's your soul asking for more. It's not that you're lost, it's that you've outgrown who you've been pretending to be. You're craving expansion. And that expansion lives outside of the life you've known. The life where you say yes to yourself more than you say yes to others. The life where your actions reflect your dreams, not your doubts. You want to know what real confidence is? It's not perfection. It's not applause. It's not aesthetics. Real confidence is trusting yourself enough to try. To start. To fail. To learn. To rise again. Because growth is not linear. It's messy. It's humbling. It breaks you open and rebuilds you in ways that success inside your comfort zone never could. The life you want. The version of you you're dreaming about. She's not waiting for you to figure everything out. She's waiting for you to take the first step. And then the next. And then the one after that. That's how change happens. Quietly. Repeatedly. Bravely. Every time you choose alignment over fear, you make her more real. Every time you choose to act in spite of doubt, you bring her closer. Every time you rise when it would have been easier to stay down, you prove to yourself that you are her. And don't underestimate the power of small, bold choices. That morning you wake up early to work on your goals instead of scrolling. That's you stepping outside the comfort zone. That day you say no to people pleasing and yes to boundaries. That's success in motion. That moment you finally stop playing small and speak your truth. That's your breakthrough. Success beyond the comfort zone isn't some faraway dream. It's the daily decision to believe in yourself just a little bit more than you believe in your excuses. It's showing up. Even when you're scared. Even when you're tired. Even when it doesn't make sense yet. Because the truth is, you're not waiting on the universe. The universe is waiting on you. Waiting for you to take the leap. To trust the process. To show up as if it's already yours. Because energetically, success belongs to those who act like it's inevitable, not optional. So here's your reminder: it's okay to be scared. It's okay to not know the whole path. Just don't let that stop you. You don't need permission to become powerful. You don't need credentials to be courageous. You just need to decide that comfort is no longer your God. You are not here to play it safe. You are here to take up space. To challenge your patterns. To heal the parts of you that settled for less. To wake up every day knowing that even on the hard days, you are choosing expansion. You are choosing truth. You are choosing you. And when you do that consistently, life starts to reflect your courage. Doors open. Opportunities align. People notice. Because your energy shifts. You stop operating from survival and start embodying success. Not just external success, but soul-level success. You begin to attract a life that feels like you. A life that inspires you. A life that liberates you. That's the power of stepping outside your comfort zone. You don't just change your circumstances. You change your identity. And once you meet the version of you who lives beyond fear, you'll never go back. So if you're listening to this and you've been feeling stuck, this is your sign. You're not stuck. You're just scared. But fear is not the enemy. Inaction is. Take the leap. Your future is waiting.